everything. It's everything for now, but there is more stuff. Like, there's loads more, but that's everything that's relevant for now. And yesterday I was screaming at these guys until I had like a stroke or a seizure. Actually, it was epilepsy. That's why I don't play Battlefield. It's too realistic. Like, I think most people, like, the reason nobody fights in this game is because they're all playing Battlefield 3. So then I met this other guy named Ziggy. Right? He role plays Red Dead Redemption 2 as the King of the Mud or Lord of the Mud, I think. Marley Clifton. You see that? Have you seen that? So I was role playing as his slave master, but I couldn't. Nobody could see me. I was invisible, like I'm his ghost. And he's role playing as no slaves, modern society, and everybody else is spying on me in real life. And I keep saying over and over again, why are you talking to my slave? Why are you talking to my slave? Why are you talking to my slave? And he's role playing this guy Ziggy because he was playing Grand Theft Auto 5 and these guys showed up and they were ready to fight and his game crashed. So he switched over to Red Dead Redemption 2 roleplay. And so every time he walks over people, I'm covering for him, just like I did on the night the Diamond Heist started. And I told everybody I'm in Secret Service, and all this drama started. And that's why these guys are like A-list celebrities now. And I think they're going to hook up with Taylor Swift. I think maybe Taylor Swift might start playing this game. Like, if you guys hear about a Taylor Swift concert, don't take it seriously, because it's not real. Okay. So Marley Clifton, Lord of the Mud, but he's really king of the slaves. He's going around, and every time someone talks to him, I keep saying, "Why are you talking to my slave? Why are you talking to my slave?" And so this woman, she was role playing, and she was like hyper into the game, and everything was like realistic. She was using VR and everything, and she was pretending not to. And so she was trying, and it was trying to be an honorable fight. And during the fight, there's this guy watching, and I said, "Hey, you want to buy one of these slaves?" And he's responding to me because he's spying on me in real life. Okay, so she cheats in the fight because this guy's the best, and other people try to fight him, and he beats them up, and so he ends up selling slaves. And I was walking around with somebody. I go, "You want to buy a slave?" And they did. And so the sheriff, so I scammed the sheriff and told him that they charged Marley Clifton $5 to watch. They charged me $5 to watch the fight, and then every time I talk to somebody, I'm like, "Oh, you know what? I just remembered it was like a 1, a 5, $15." Then the next person said, like, I think I was $150. And I said, here's what you do, you hand the money to my slave and he gives it to me. And so now Ziggy's playing Red Dead Redemption 2 roleplay as Marley Clifton, king of the slaves, and he's making money. And that's how you do a diamond heist. So if you guys hear anything about diamonds, write it down. That's all I got. And the American flag is a camouflage pattern. And the reason why U.S. soldiers have it backwards on their uniform is because people get confused. Because they look into cameras, they look into mirrors all day and stuff. Like, it's just the way the brain works. So I get last place in this game no matter what. You know, it's like you go in a fight with these people and you lose no matter what. Oh, and the reason why the sheriff got involved is because this woman killed him, and then she had to take him to the hospital. She was role playing, and she said she healed him. She told me he was a doctor, and I told the sheriff. I told the sheriff all this information. It just kept going and going and going, and it was all real, and he was pulling it off flawlessly as it's just a normal online video game, no slaves, no nothing, hillbilly, hickory dickory dock, hillbilly, what was it, To Kill a Mockingbird, he's doing his role playing To Kill a Mockingbird, and I'm going around, why are you talking to my slave, 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 why are you talking to my slave? And right now, I can hear everything you're saying, and you're just like saying yeah, and we're just chit-chatting, and I can't remember what you said. I can't remember what windswept means. And I think it's just like, if you guys want to use that, it's your intellectual property, because it's just a random thing I came up with. It's just a joke I came up with. Just like these pictures on the on the Magic Castle's website. So these guys fucked me up. They tried to mess up all my Twitter stuff and all my they tried to mess up my 4chan stuff. And I'm in a big fight with the moderators on 4chan over intellectual property because of the Erd Tree. That's how Elden Ring got made, and again, it just goes on and on. It's like Halloween decorations and Christmas decorations. Like, Santa Claus belongs to everybody. Like, just like a slave, and just like Marley Clifton, he's the people's hero. That's So that's why I'm watching these videos right now, and if you got any questions, I'm here all day, and I'm on Twitter, and I'm on YouTube, and here's the one rule, no one gets left behind. Underground Railroad, no one gets left behind. So that's the game, that's what we're playing, Underground Railroad. And that's from Ziggy on Twitch.
That guy's a different breed.
And I think his name Ziggy Twitch is because over here there's this guy Ludwig Twitch, and I think that's supposed to be a porn thing. Jeez, windswept. Listen, you hear that? Tumbleweed. Did you guys hear tumbleweed just then? Windswept. You guys could use that if you want. Like, sure. I came up with it. Windswept. You guys hear a tumbleweed just then? Oh, and here's another good one. Somebody on 4chan once told me, do not go to Tumbleweed in Red Dead Redemption at midnight, or something scary happens. And I went there, and nothing happened. There were just sound effects. It was an AI. Windswept.
Oh my god, they're spinning out and they crashed. No fucking chance.
Okay, so this game, I get last place every time, but I always get some points. Like, they set me to get 0, nothing. But I always get something, so I keep improving my arsenal. And I just got to level 28. Now I can do sideways dodges, and and now I got a bubble shield from Halo, and it's just, like, here's how the game works. I keep getting better, and they keep getting worse. Oh man, I've been live streaming this chit chat the whole time. Alright, I'm talking to these guys on Twitch. Silent on Twitch. We're playing Windswept on Grand Theft Auto 5. Basically, you drive in circles. So here's how this game works. I get better as time goes on, and they get worse. It's called being a vampire, and it's called being a soul vampire, because I'm playing as a robot. I'm role-playing as Pavel the talking robot from Red Dead Redemption. Here's how it goes. I'm Pavel the talking robot. That's all he says. And they're going to think it's an AI, a bot, with a voice modulator that's meant to sound human based on their responses. And every time someone talks to me, I'm going to say, I'm Pavel, the talking robot. Every time I get a point, I'm going to say, I'm Pavel, the talking robot. And I get last place no matter what, because it's all cheats all day. Every game, last place. And in one game, I'm going to get first place. And then, like, because I always get the #1 player.
You stopped hunting my fucking work, you said it's okay.
This guy, he's just told me stop hunting.
That's on your work.
Look, it just hooked me up with 2 other losers. Skip It just hooked me up with these guys. They said, "Yo, we want to be windswept." Yeah, right. Would you hear tumbleweed just then? Windswept. Dead silence. So these games all have AI. It's futuristic. It's like we have artificial intelligence. There's not supposed to be any glitches. Like the Russian army, I heard there's like 1,500 deaths, all defectors, like all criminals. In the war so far, there's been like 1,500 deaths in the Russian military. That like officially, because everyone else is considered by the Russian military to be a defector, and then the other ones are just mistakes because they're trying to fight the robot and they cannot win. And so America gave Javelin missiles, which are controlled by AI, to the Ukrainians. Oh, see how it's switching from like 4-7? It's like glitching. These people think they're clever, like they're trying to spy on us. Skip. Okay, and so America gave Javelin missiles. They never miss, and then sometimes when the Ukrainians use them to try to kill people, they miss, and they get angry, and then like we're like, okay. And so Zelensky's like begging everyone, give me jets, give me jets, give me jets, and finally someone gave him, get this, 20 jets. That's all he gets, just as a trial run. Because that's all you need to beat Russia, 20 jets, and an artificial intelligence. And he's saying, and there's news networks saying like they only gave him 20 jets. What is this, a joke? Like,
Team deathmatch.
I'm Pavel, the talking robot. Oh, I gotta start over. So Elon Musk, he was in this interview with an Air Force general, and he said the age of the fighter jets is over because now all they use is Harriers, and the general laughed at him. The Harriers are like jets, but they can move in all directions. And I think it's called Scud. Like the way the Harriers move, that technology where it boosts in either direction, they're like miniature bombs that go off, and they're better in space than on the ground. I think it's called Scud. I'm not sure on that. So I've been saying that over and over again. Now everybody's saying Scud, and there's some guy going around, and this woman from Australia, Ash, is talking to someone named Scud, and I think she's on Twitch too, Ash, and I think I gotta start over again. These guys are. And I think she works with the Australian military. And this is all, and I have like 13 followers. They're all Yakuza, like La Cosa Nostra. I don't care. This is all role play. Windswept. Or no, I'm in the military. I'm allowed to say all this. I'm a corporal. I signed up. I talked to a recruiter. It's all set up. I'm gonna start as a corporal. Oh, you don't, they don't do that? You don't believe me? Yeah, good. Yeah, you don't believe me. Good. So then I called the Russian embassy, and I asked them, how do I defect to the Russians? And I got a message. They said, you go up.
Yeah, that's a thing, I know. Wow.
But seriously, they said, download a computer virus. But for real, you know what that means? It means kill yourself, and when they bring you back to life, you'll be on the inside. Yeah, and there's this story with the Navy SEALs where they drowned their recruits and brought them back to life so that they could see what it was like. So those guys are now working for the Russians. That's insider info. Oh fuck! I'm on. Fuck! I gotta start over again. You gotta Every time you accidentally leak info to the civilians, you gotta start over from level 1, because civilians are supposed to be helpless.
Did you ever
Windswept! Windswept! You guys just got shell-shocked. Windswept. You just got windswept. Yeah? And I'm investigating Colleen Bailinger because she's got Halloween decorations and she won't show anyone. It's supposed to be Eternal Christmas and she wants to be a Muslim. Like, yeah, right. Oh, I want to be a Muslim. Oh, I want to be a Muslim. Good luck. You gotta read the Quran first. It's like 100 pages. I keep forgetting. I just keep forgetting I'm having so much fun doing GTA Windswept. If you guys want, I could tweet at Saikuno and hook you guys up. I will. I'll tell you what I post first. I gotta start over. It's just, I'm so used to it. It's just, I get last every single time. Like, all I do is play this game. I should be good at it by now. Okay, I'm tweeting at Saikuno right now. Yo, me and the Windswept boys be diamond heisted today at Silent on Twitch. You wanna? Okay then. Is that okay? Is it okay for me to send that? Let me read it to you again. At Saikuno, yo, me and the Windswept boys be diamond heisted today. At Silent on Twitch, you wanna? Okay then. It won't send. It's broken. They're blocking me. My phone's broken. It doesn't work. Wait, I can't hear you. I'm not listening. Wait,
it's a mental thing, like you said.
yeah, I got schizophrenia. It's no big deal.
I believe AK is just as good as a Groza, and I think just as good as an M4 and a Scar. You know what I'm saying, bro?
No scars. Skin condition. I have a skin condition. I don't get scars. Some people don't get scarred. They heal.
The amount of people that I've heard tell me I will use this drink over an AK because the drink is so good.
Okay, I'm role playing now. I'm Havel, the talking robot, and that's all he says. Yeah, and I got all the mics checked and everything. Everything's working. Oh, actually, let me check my last video. Make sure everything's working. And I was like yelling at Ash, and like she messed up my mic check. And that's what you're supposed to do on Broadway when, like, it's like a rite of passage on Broadway. You mess up their mic check. Oh, my video's not done processing yet. Okay, it's working. I know it is.
I was the one that had to go. Don't talk back to your fucking leader, man. I'm sorry. Right, I'm sorry. It's my fault.
Okay, so they could hear, like, the mic could pick up your voice the whole time, so that's all legit. And I'm also hooked up with this other woman on YouTube named With Me Japan. She just walks around Tokyo. I was doing Yakuza roleplay. It's really funny. Yakuza 5 roleplay. It's really funny. And Colleen Balinger, she wanted to be on Broadway, and instead she's on Broadway building skyscrapers. Okay, so here's the one rule on this game. This Call of Duty game, it's all fucked up. It's just a joke. It's role play. But there's one rule. No one gets left no one gets no one gets left behind. That's the one rule. Underground Railroad, that's what we're playing. Windswept! I got loads of games.
I haven't been there in a fucking while, to be honest. I'm lucky.
Okay, so the mic isn't picking up your voice now. It's all set. Oh, well, if I'm sitting in front of the computer, if I'm in front of the TV, it doesn't. Okay, I'm all set up. If I'm in front of the console, the mic picks up. Jeez, these guys again. Plug in your mics! You forgot to plug in your mic! Jeez. Oh, everything I have is auto-tuned through Google, by the way. So, like, in case you're worried about, like, getting bad feedback, it's all auto-tuned. So the problem is always on your end. So, you know, for troubleshooting. And that's the purpose of this channel. Go Army. I'll write descriptions for all these. Oh, jeez. Like, it's all local interruptions. Like, because I live right next to the 5G tower in Youngstown. So, like, people keep messing stuff up here. It's so complicated. Because it's all Army stuff. It's like, I work with the satellites, and people think, like, okay, so NASA's Air Force, but Army does satellites, and NASA can't do anything without the military's permission. So Air Force tried to, like, defect, and there's like this picture that people are passing around, I think. I haven't seen it, but people are, like, talking about encrypted codes of it, where it's like a line with, like, a dot on one side, and it's supposed to represent the entire universe. And it's like something etched in the mind. It's like a Carol rune from Bloodborne. That's what I'm looking for right now. I'll show it to you guys if I figure it out. It'll be on my Twitter, at Kevin Terlecki. At Kevin underscore Terlecki. Typical spelling. Exactly how it sounds. If you're an American, you would know. Windswept. Windswept! Ha! Ha! That means you lose. That means I get a point. They called me Drake. They called me Malfoy for that. Sometimes it's just so funny, I can't help but laugh. But I'm really good at this. Pavel, the talking robot.
Objective failed. Regroup.
That's a hard mission to fail, Orion. New mission. Let's prep a plan to execute.
Watch this.
Okay, like, I work with the AI as well. I program AI and satellites for Army. Not satellites yet, but that's what I'm working on. If you have to invent the satellite first. It's like a training thing. You have to, like, did you guys finish your satellites yet? Like, because there's like 4 parts of a satellite. Ah, jeez, you guys are so windswept. Windswept. And that's all he says. I got other games too. You can play 7 Days in Rome. That's where you and your friends try to make an art. And you got 1 week, 7 days, or whatever amount of time, a day or something. And then you do something. And then at the end, everybody votes on which one's the best. And then the winner gets all the art. He takes it home. And if you didn't do any, if you forgot at the end of the week, you just forgot, you just pull something out of your pocket. You say, here it is. I teleported this. Because that's something one of my classmates forgot to do her project and did a paper airplane. She got a C on the project. Nice. That's how you win. That you didn't actually have to do the project, because I was like super stressed out about it because they made us. I had to invent my mom had to invent an entire airplane for a school project because I forgot to do it. 3rd grade, Mrs. Conti, West Boulevard Elementary. It was the same school my mom went to when she was a kid. It was like so complicated. We invented like this propeller thing. It's like we invented a battery, like for a satellite. That's like if you do that normally they let you skip the grade, but not in my case, because whatever. Because I was the smartest kid in the class and I was also most popular, so they didn't want the other kids to be left behind. So anyway, 7 Days in Rome. This is a good game. Then so like, I'll explain a little more. Like if you like aren't good at art, or you don't want to, and you just don't want to, and you don't want to, then at the end you show up with nothing, and everyone votes that you get all the art anyway. So it's possible someone from Activision is like setting this up, and I'm not a fan of the way that they mess up my system, because I have epilepsy and they fuck me up a lot, and I just want to have control over my own life. And some people think that like people called geishas shouldn't have control over their own lives, and I disagree with that. So anyway, 7 days in Rome. So like, you show up and it's like you got an egg, smash it down on the table, nice. You gonna eat that? So you write down that joke. That's my contribution. So you got till the end of the week to make something, and if it's better than mine, then I'll let you keep that joke as intellectual property. That's 7 days in Rome. So I got other games. I just have to try to remember them. Oh, spaceship training. Now I got to think of a different name for that. That's just where you go go to another room in your house. Jesus Christ! Like, how many motherfucking times are you gonna do this, you piece of shit? What the fuck, huh? I want to play the game. I hit find match. Connect me to a fucking match, you fucking useless twit. You're fucking triggering my condition. I have a heart condition aside from epilepsy, you fucking piece of trash. How many fucking times are you gonna make me do this? You think this is funny? I'm gonna quit, okay? And then I won't have got to do one match because you're such an insolent fucking piece of shit. Go drown yourself at the beach, asshole. So anyway, that game, it's called Back Rooms. And you go into another room in your house, try to find like one you don't use very often, or just any room, or your mom's room, or your attic, or your crawl space, or go like just anywhere, or like the alleyway between. Oh, that's my Australian accent. I've been developing an accent lately, because these Australian people have been harassing me all day, and they have fake accents, but you can still. But I speak perfect English, so I can always tell, and they like. So then they're trying to get me subconscious, hypnotize me. Now I have an Australian accent, and that's kind of cool. But it's supposed to be embarrassing because Australian is the worst out of all the Anglo-Saxon colonies. Like what you just did right there, like these windswept guys, that triggers my heart palpitation, like, or my perforated heartbeat, and they've been trying to hurt me, and so like what you just did caused me physical pain because of this thing that happened yesterday. But it's not your fault, and normally it doesn't bother me, but they've been really fucking me up, and that leads to epilepsy, and this happens to old people. So I took this picture earlier today. Because I had a stroke yesterday, and I have photographic evidence. In case you're wondering what this is, that's called a stroke. That's happened before. I now have evidence against the Air Force. So before that happened to me, it was against Capcom, but I swore not to sue Capcom because I trust them so much. So now I'm going after Air Force, so I might call them later today. Because I picked up the phone and they screamed into my ear at full volume, and it hurt so bad. And now all my conditions are being triggered. It's pretty bad. That's war. They try to hurt you. If somebody calls me sir, you just ignore them. So I've got this other thing I'm doing for Elden Ring called, I'm working on plot lines for the new Elden Ring games. So it's King Idiot of the Outer Reaches. He lives in the back rooms from that one game. Like, pictures of the back rooms. it's like a series of underground hallways, and it just repeats infinitely. Okay, I'm done. Okay, fuck you. Seriously, fuck you. Okay, no, now we don't get to play. Seriously, fuck you.